Called Read and Write for Google. Has anybody ever heard of this extension or used it yet? Okay. This extension is a paid extension that the foundation of Morse graciously paid for, and so that all of our students in the Morse schools, kindergarten through grade 12, have access to this extension. Okay? And so this is kind of our trial year to figure out if we like it, if you guys are using it, and if it's helpful for you. Okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through this extension. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to have you guys follow along so that you get to learn everything that this extension can do for you. So everybody should be on the main page. And in your upper right-hand corner, you should see a purple puzzle piece that I'm pointing to here. And I want you just to click on it. You should only have to click one time, and that bar should come up. Okay, so some of yours are going right to it, other ones are asking for read and write, would like to. Go ahead and hit that allow button, which is the blue button, and now it should pop up.
Go to the purple icon there. Yeah, that, the other one next to it.
Try it again.
Purple puzzle piece.
Looks like a purple puzzle.
So every time you log into your Google account, you're going to have access to that purple puzzle piece and all of the features that comes with it. Okay, that's all you have to do is click on it one time. We're going to go through, it has features that you can use while you're searching the internet, and then it also has features that you can use when you're doing a Word or using a Word document. Are we ready to go on?
You're good.
The first thing I want you guys to do is you're going to, on this page here, I'm just going to have you type in World War I primary facts. Or World War I facts. And if I scroll down here, you see where it says primary facts. That is the page that I want you to click into. So it should look like this. Alright, the first feature that I'm going to show you are the two dictionaries that are on this extension. So again, you might have to, if it's disappeared, go ahead and click on that purple puzzle piece again and it'll come down. What I want you to do is we're going to highlight the word war. Just go down into the article, highlight the word war to start. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top here, you're going to click the third one over, and if you hover over it, see where it says dictionary? You're going to click on that, and it's going to give you definitions for the word that we just highlighted. Okay? You can also have it read to you by clicking the play button.
Now, this is when two countries or two armies fight each other. There has been murder for many years now.
Okay, that's the first definition. You can go through and do that with all the definitions if you want to. I want everybody to practice that. Go ahead and highlight a word, and then just a word, pick a different word, and hit that dictionary button.
Click on this arrow in that box. Did you get it, Daddy?
Make sure that your bar is showing, yes. If it's not showing, you need to click that purple puzzle piece button.
Thanks. Keep going with it.
There you go.
And here's some definitions being read. Good. Go ahead and highlight
Anytime you
your
say
words.
word, just highlight it anywhere you see it. Sure.
Awesome.
Hit the dictionary button.
You're reading the whole thing.
Check that.
Quick, hit the stop button there. You can do that too, but you're just working on the dictionary piece and then you start. We'll get to the rest of that. So once you get the dictionary, you can get the word dictionary, or also, if I highlight that word again, and I click on the one next to it, it says picture dictionary. So now it's going to show me a picture. Picture dictionary of that word.
Highlight the
Hey
word
guys, you
again.
want to be following along here,
Yeah, follow on. Don't get ahead of me. We're going to get to all of these different features here.
so make sure you're practicing what she's having you do right now.
Okay, so everybody should be on this page, and everybody should be highlighting one word and one word only. When you highlight the one word, you're going to first of all click on the dictionary, and your dictionary list is going to come up. It's a little icon that looks like a book. Yep, the third one from the left.
Look outside the box once.
Right here, I'm pointing at it, right up on the big screen there.
So why
Okay.
is it, hers is like having like arrows up and down, left and right? Oh, not anymore.
Okay? And then the one next to that is the picture dictionary. So again, you need to highlight a word, and you click on the picture dictionary, and you get a picture. What do you think it looks like? I don't know what it looks like either. There it is. Looks like a picture. Picture dictionary. A mountain. There you go. Okay, so those are the first two features that we've gone over, the dictionary piece of it. So if you're reading through an internet article and you're not exactly sure what a word means, go ahead and highlight it and have the dictionary tell you what it means. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to highlight the entire paragraph. So does anybody not like to read? Okay, a few hands going up, right? Yeah, you Mr. Hoffman, right? So, if you want this to help read to you, you highlight it, and we're going to simply click on the play button, the little triangle thing there.
World War I began on July 28, 19...
So what you guys can do is you can bring your earbuds, right? You can plug it into your Chromebook, and you can have it read to you.
Although the immediate cause of the assassination of Austria's Archduke Ferdinand, followed by Lincoln,
Okay? How many people think they like this feature? Right?
This guy, I know.
Yeah, and you can press the stop button when you want to stop. It's going to keep reading it. You can pause it, or you can stop it completely, and it will quit reading.
When I first saw this, I was
So everybody press stop. We got what that is. Now, if it's reading too fast for you or too slow for you, we can change that too. I'm not going to have you guys do it, but this little flower over here is your settings button. And you can see you can change the voice. And you can change the speed of it. So you can make it read slower, or you can make it read faster. Okay? But everybody's kind of set at that 50, the medium.
Is that 50 cent about, junior high level, or is that what we're looking at?
It was exactly what you heard being read, so I'm not, maybe a little fast.
Yeah,
Could slow it down a little bit.
but we can make those adjustments.
Yep, you just go into that little settings button and you can do that. Anybody have any questions so far? Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you, how many people used to or maybe still continue like to use a bookmark when they're reading a book? Anybody? Okay. So this next feature here kind of mimics that. This one right in the middle, I'm not sure. It looks like a little computer screen with a little line in the middle that says screen mask. When I click on that, it's going to make everything go darker. And you can use this to highlight as you read. So if you think that would be helpful for you, you can certainly do that. Okay? I like to use this feature when, I'm going to skip over to the next one and then we'll go back to that one.
That's fun. I used something like that in high school.
Yeah.
You guys listen and watch what she's doing. And
Okay.
then you get to practice.
All these lines over here that have like 4, 5 lines, whatever it is, and that arrow pointing down. If I click on that, it says simplify page. What that's going to do when you're on a website is going to get rid of all the junk. It's going to get rid of all the pictures, it's going to get rid of the advertisements, and it's just going to give you the text. Okay?
Just watch, listen.
So this can look a little daunting too. It's a lot of words, a lot of information up there. So then that's when I like to pull out that middle one, that screen mask for that highlighter, and I think it makes it much easier to read. Okay? So you guys want to try this? So you're going to
Definitely try that.
click on the one that has like those 5 arrows with the arrow pointing down with the lines, and it says simplify page. Everybody go to that.
Click on the icon up top.
And it's going to get rid of all those pictures and those advertisements and just give you the words like I've got here. Then, once you have it simplified, click on that middle computer screen button where it says screen mask,
No, you gotta go.
and then that's where you're gonna get your highlighter,
There you go.
okay? Now, when you're on a page like this, when we simplified it there, you can certainly still use those features that we just talked about, right? You can still use your dictionaries. You can still use the highlight, read it out loud to you, so you don't have to read it. You can still use all of those same features. Okay?
Okay, no, look. See if you can get this.
I don't know if I want to show them this, but I'm going to. See this also, this little simplify button up here? If you click, it's going to get rid of some of the words. It's going to simplify the text. See how it shortened up what was just on that page? If I click it the other way, it's going to give me all that information back that was on that website. Okay?
So more details.
More details, less details. Yep.
Depends on what you're doing.
Depends on what you're doing. Okay? All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we can actually click out of that one because it does open it up in a new page. So if I just X out of that simplified page there, here I am back to my original page that we were on. Okay? The next one I'm going to show you is there's a translator button on here. So because I know what to means, or how you say to in Spanish, that's what I'm going to highlight. I'm going to highlight the word to, and I'm going to go to these arrows. It says translator, and it's going to give me the Spanish word. Okay? So if you know anybody who, ESL or Spanish-speaking individuals who maybe need some of that help, there it is. Okay? All right. So everybody can try that if they want. Highlight one word that you want to see what it means in Spanish, hit that translator button, and that's what will come up. Okay? Everybody get to try that? Yes? No?
Hold on.
Okay.
Was it right down?
Highlight one word, and then click arrows where it says translator.
Cross arrow?
This one right in the middle. All right, next thing we're going to do, I'm going to move on here. Does anybody have to ever do like vocabulary words, vocabulary lists, anything like that for any classes? Yes? I think I heard yes. So let's say you needed to create a vocabulary list or a spelling list or whatever it is that you may have to do. So I'm going to highlight a couple words here. I'm going to highlight the word foreign, and I'm going to make it pink. I'm going to click on the highlight, see how I highlighted it pink. I'm going to click on assassination, and I'm going to highlight it. And then I'm going to highlight the word allies, and I'm going to click on it. Okay, so this is going to help me study for some vocabulary types of things. So once those are all highlighted, you're going to go to this button that I have up on top here. So it's the 3 lines with those little bullet kind of things on the side where it says vocabulary. I'm going to click on that, and it says vocabulary list. A new document containing your vocabulary list is being created. Okay, so we've got to give it a minute. Okay, it should be working by now. Let's try it again. I'm going to click vocabulary. Sometimes what was happening with this was working because I did try it out before you guys all came in here, but sometimes they say what's happening is the computers need to be cleared of that cache. Did you guys get that email, teachers?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will do that at the end with these so that they're all doing it, but I'm not sure why it's not doing it right now because
Does it open it in Google Doc or?
it comes right up. You should see it come up right here. Like I said, I literally just did this right before you guys all. Oh, there it's coming. It's just going to be slower. There it is. So it says loading. Here it's coming up. Okay. So vocabulary list untitled. And now those 3 words that I highlighted were put into a vocabulary list for me. Gave me the meaning, the symbol. I've used this with kids if we've been doing vocabulary work. And then they have to create a sentence. You know, you can type it in the notes section, or you can type what other notes you want for yourself in that part right there, okay? What this does is it automatically saves it into your Google Drive, okay? So if you guys are following along with me and if you did this, and if you go into your Google Drive in the future, you're gonna see a document that says vocabulary list, and it's gonna automatically save it for you. Okay? You guys wanna try that? Or were you doing it along with me?
You got a lot of things.
So go ahead and highlight maybe 2 words. Highlight 2 words that are on that, and it might take a while like mine did, so it might not pop up right away. But if you highlight, you can use any of those highlighted colors.
I think what it looks like, it's processing such a large meaning to the word that
Just highlight 1 or 2 words, and then click that vocabulary button, which is this one right up here.
And it will take a while, but I mean, look at all the meetings you're getting, folks, or
Right?
long meetings. So
And
it
you
is-
saw how long it took mine to load. And it usually doesn't take that long, it depends on your internet connection, I think. But, and let's be honest, it's technology, right?
Exactly. Pretty awesome.
Okay, I see a lot of vocabulary lists on your guys' Chromebooks here, so.
Yep.
Okay, I see a lot of them. Did everybody get that to go through? I think you guys went quicker than mine did, so that's that feature, okay?
if you're in simplified mode, can you
Yep.
still use vocab and whatnot too?
Yep,
That shouldn't matter, okay.
shouldn't matter. Yep, shouldn't
Cool
matter.
beans.
Shouldn't matter. So I'm gonna X out all of those. To get rid of those highlights that you did, you actually have to re-highlight. You can do all of them at one time. Then you're gonna hit that broom button where it says clear highlights. It looks like a broom. And that'll get rid of all the highlights that you just did. Okay? The next thing we're gonna do, does anybody have to ever do research papers? Not yet? Yes? Yes, okay. So this next feature, again, you are going to highlight some facts, okay? So you have to go and research and collect facts because you're gonna write a report. So I'm going to say that World War I began on this date, and I'm gonna highlight it. Okay, I'm gonna say it lasted until November 11th, 1918. I'm going to highlight it, okay? Maybe that's all the facts that I want from this particular page that I'm looking at. So once I have everything highlighted that I want to use in my paper, I'm going to click on the icon, the circle one, with all of those colored highlights, and it says collect highlights. Once I do that, again, it is going to open up a new document, and it's going to cite it for me.
Nice.
Okay? Right?
That's huge, folks.
This is huge.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go through the internet. You're collecting all your sites from lots of different websites, lots of different sources. And that's all you have to do is highlight the information that you want. Click on that circle where it says collect highlights. It's going to automatically open it into a new document, and it's automatically going to save it into your Google Drive. Okay? Now, if you're collecting a lot of those, of course, you're going to want to make sure when you're opening these up, you guys, you're going to want to make sure that you're, putting your title on there, changing the document so it just doesn't say document, document, document when you go into your Google Drive.
Because that's his, he came from his computer. He's logged in.
It'll open.
It's like if
Yeah.
you're never
For each-
shared.
For each internet site or, what that you're on, it's going to open up a new page. So what I've done in the past is just copy and paste, throw it into one if you want. Or some people like it to be organized, into the different pages. It kind of depends on how you
Does that make sense?
prefer. Did everybody get a chance to do that?
Yeah. This is
Okay,
just
so
a
the
vari-
same,
This is just a variation on that note carding technique that some of you have been taught. But Google Drive is doing it by page here.
yep. And a lot of these features you can get on a different, kind of a different level, but do similar things. But this is a nice program because it's all here together. It's all in one extension. Okay? So that's kind of what I wanted to show you from the internet side of things. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a Google document. So I'm going to go back just to my Google page. I'm going to click on my little waffle icon here. I'm going to go into my docs. Okay, so it should look like this. And you can see all of these here are what we just did. Those were those vocabulary lists I created. The highlights, that was the one that, the citing one. So again, like I said, you're going to want to go in when you're doing this, you guys, and change those titles so you know what it is that is showing up in your drive and in your docs. Okay? So I'm going to have us open up a new document. Okay, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to voice type. Okay? So if you go into the microphone, kind of like what I'm wearing, the speech input, I am going to type a paper for this class, period. It might not be picking it up because I'm on speaker. Yes, it did. Okay. Because I miss you. I'm not sure I said that.
I missed you too.
It's actually a really good. I played with this one a lot, and it does a really nice job. I think because I'm wearing this thing, I think it's interfering with that piece of it. But you guys can all try it, and it did ask me if my computer would allow the microphone. So of course you're gonna want to hit yes if it does ask you that. And again, it might not pick up the greatest because everybody's gonna be talking at one time.
The downside though, so like if I have a lesson, you have to have a home book. I have a box. Okay, so you just have to have one of these. So check these out. But you don't have to type. Justin, pretty cool though, huh? Type.
Is your guys working?
Yeah, we're very close to each other, so microphones might pick up your
Oh,
neighbors.
it's too noisy here. It's a cool little feature though. That
Right.
Yep, now it's hitting my voice.
Good job.
Period. So when you're doing this, you do have to talk like a doctor. When I worked at the hospital, this is how the doctors used to dictate. You have to say period, question mark, comma. You have to get used to, dictating that way. And his computer is picking up everything that I'm saying right now, and it's typing it onto his computer. Correct? Correct. Okay, so you turn that microphone off.
You gotta remember, Jacob.
Yep.
Did he spell it? You have to say the cat is going to sleep.
So the other feature that you can use with this
Okay, turn your microphone on.
is word prediction. Okay, how many of you guys own a smartphone of some kind that when you're texting or something, and you get the words that come up at the bottom to help you spell or to help you do that? This does the same thing.
Look at this,
So if I click on this first one here, it says prediction. Okay, so there's a list of 10 words. And again, you can change it in the settings. You only want 5 words to pop up. You want 3 words to pop up. You want more. So, whoops, I clicked on something. Cancel. As I am
Typewriter.
and it will actually read it to you too.
Types. Typical.
So sometimes when you're not maybe sure of the grammatical structure or what word it should be, if you click on that or hover over it and listen to it, sometimes that can help. You can say, oh, that doesn't quite sound right. As I am typing, and you can see that it gives me that word prediction feature. Okay, so everybody can go ahead and click on that and give that a try. So it's that very first one that says prediction. Okay, and again, once you have words on your page, you can use those features that we just talked about. You can use the dictionary. You can have it read it to you. You can highlight words. You can make your vocabulary. You can do all of those different things. Do any of your guys' teachers ever share documents with you? Like, does anybody share tests or homework pages or anything like that? Because if they did, again, you'd be able to use these features when you're doing that. You could have it read the test to you, or you could have it read a homework assignment or whatever it may be. So keep that in mind if you do have teachers who do that Google sharing. Okay? Do any of you guys ever use Google Docs to share documents between like class projects? Are we doing that yet, 7th and 8th grade? Yes? Yes? Okay. So you may or may not then know about the feature here. So if I was working on this document and I wanted to share it with Mrs. Gillespie, I wanted her to proofread it for me, I wanted her to give me some ideas, things like that. If I put my cursor here, and if I go to insert, and I insert a comment, okay? So I can say, did I use the right word? Right? You might have a question. You can put that in there. And then I'm going to say, insert, comment. And I'm going to say, did I spell this correctly? So and then if I go and share it with somebody, if I go and share this with Mrs. Gillespie, she's going to get this document that looks like that. She's going to notice that these words are highlighted. So when she clicks on the word, it's going to bring forward, see over here how this one came to the forefront of the paper. Did I use the right word? And then she's going to be able to reply back to me. And she's going to say, I think you should use a different word, or look at your grammatical structure here, or something like that. And then she can say, oh, she had a question here too, it looks like. So she types on that, and then this one came to the forefront. And then she's able to reply back. So this is a really nice feature that you can use if you're sharing, if you guys are working on class projects. You have to maybe take things home at night, and then you want your classmates or your friends, peers to look at it, and you can use this feature to help make those decisions. The other thing that you can do with the read and the write, so I'm going to say that was resolved. That looks like a mess. Okay? You can get rid of that. The other thing that you can do with the read and write, again, if I place my marker here, before the word working, I can voice it. So instead of having to type it, I might say, let's see if this works with my microphone. Mrs. Gillespie, is this what you were looking for? Okay. Now I can insert that comment. Into that page here. And now where I put my cursor was right there, so if I click now over here, the teacher or my peer or my classmates will be able to hear my comment. Mrs. Gillespie, is this what you were looking for? Okay, so you have the typing option or you have the voicing option. Your teachers can do this with you too. If you had to share a project with them, instead of them writing all over your paper, they could use either one of these features to go back and forth and make those corrections with you. So if you highlight, go ahead and highlight all your words there. Click your play button on top. If they're real words, yes, it will read it back to you. Okay? So again, you can use all those features. I can use the dictionary, I can use the read out loud, I can collect my highlights, I can do all of those things. Okay? Any questions on this? Okay, that's kind of all I wanted to go over today. Does anybody think that they would have a use for any of these features that are on here? Yes? 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 Okay, good. You guys like it? Okay, one thing I ask of you, again, remember what I said at the beginning. This program is for all of our students, grades K through 12. Please share this with your friends. show them, have them ask questions, show it to your teachers. Some of your teachers might not know about it. Some of your teachers may not be aware of it. It is totally legal for you guys to be using all of these features, okay? So don't be afraid to use them. Any other questions or any other things we want to go
So
over?
are you able to, let's say you know, like for testing or whatever,
Yep,
you scan a paper and put it in your docs and then you can have it read it?
as long as the, you have like that OCR or whatever where it's gonna convert it into like a PDF file or something. You know, if you just do the scan where it's gonna save it as a picture, then of course it's not going to work.
So it needs to.
It needs to have that OCR conversion. You know what I'm talking about, where it has to convert it so that it's a readable thing and not just a picture. Because if I just do a regular scan, it's not gonna work because it's gonna look at it as a picture. Does that make
But if
sense?
it's a Google Doc,
Yeah,
If
plug
it's
it
a
in
Google Doc,
there.
absolutely.
Then you'll be able to have it read.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. Any other questions? So go about, you guys can, mess around with it, play with it a little bit, but like I said, please share it with your friends. And I'm even guessing you're gonna be able to teach it to a few of your teachers. It is, thank you, yes. So if anybody has any questions, and again, this is an extension that was paid for by the foundation. And so this is a really big gift that they gave to us. So I ask you guys to use it. Ask questions if you have any. Ask your teachers. This got a lot of good features, yeah.